Morning. Balance. Yin and yang, maybe? Does that help? Time to try a balance together. Recent fires in Australia have brought a conversation to Australia about how to manage this stuff. When America went through that, we had the same issues, oddly. The Aboriginal people, the Native Americans, North and South Americans, knew the value of burning and actually managed the prairies and much of the lands that we live on today through burns. It was a part of some of the tribes' cultures. Now, if you go to Australia, the indigenous people had been doing these burns forever. Nature had been doing these burns forever. And we chose to ignore what nature suggested. We did it in California. These controlled burns are a part of nature's cycles, not the controlled burns. These natural burns that would devastate huge areas to some degree and regenerate them. The wildlife all around these fires. You have to listen to what, who's the fellow? Joey? Crime pays, but botany doesn't. Listen to how he weaves the soil underneath the plants, its constituents, into the story of the life of the plants. If you look at those plants, maybe they've got just as much rights as anything else on the planet to try to be here. I don't know. Then you go on to the camel call. That is kind of a tragedy, of sorts. It's a tragedy we let it go this long and get that bad. The challenge with the camels was, and it was the indigenous peoples, areas that were most being affected by those camels, coming into their yards and their neighborhoods, making it dangerous to go outside, coming after the fauna and the flora and the water that humans have gained access to. Make a pond in your backyard. I don't know what, I doubt the Aboriginal people are doing that pond stuff. I think their life's a little more basic than that for some reason. But the camels were overrunning suburbia. So there's no easy choices. One of the conversations about how to fix all this is put 400-foot or 400-yard fire breaks on the side of every road. Now there's a balance, right? Come on. Put a little more thought into these things. Try a little harder. It isn't an easy question. It isn't an easy answer. Wonder if man is the only species that knows guilt. There's the question for the day. Does any other species know guilt?